Let me guess. He's gonna be able to run. Nope. Yep, I knew it. Never mind. Yep. Ooh, damn. They even went outside the video for a second. Yo, what is up to all y'all G's out there? It's your boy OG, back at it with another reaction. Now, I know I told you about the other reactions, but some things have been happening. Things have been turning, been coming up with some new strategies and ideas, been busy at editing, all that type of shit. Y'all saw yesterday how I did the whole, Sonic X Shadow during the recent live stream. I went and beat the game. It only took me 3 live streams to do it. So, there you have it. Went and beat it, as always. So now today we're going to react to the death battle of Wile Coyote versus Tomcat. I don't know how this is gonna go. I feel like this is gonna be like a close matchup. They both take massive beats. Even though Wile Coyote usually takes dynamite to the face and gets crushed by giant ass anvils. I mean, I saw the show back then too. I especially love Tom and Jerry, like how Tom just takes every massive being, even get mauled by dogs and stuff. So I feel like this battle might be a tie, or it could come down to maybe why Wile Coyote might take it. So let's see. Oh yeah.
Coyote, the fastest and furriestest of the Looney Tunes. Tomcat, the powerhouse pussycat from Tom and Jerry.
Okay, I know y'all do. You did read that. I mean, y'all can hear
And
it.
it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
It's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna tell you that. It's gonna be a good one.
In tales told over shimmering campfire by the tribes people of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sewetmuk, he was a foolish trickster who could die and return to life. And to the brother,
I mean, I wouldn't say he died.
poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break. To this day, the great Coyote stalks the American Southwest.
Try to catch one
hunting
bird.
his indefatigable prey, the Roadrunner. And this modern Wile Coyote is driven by a ruthless entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah, and it drove him straight off a cliff. He'll chase that bird-shaped happily ever after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man. You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E. Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary.
Really, no.
And forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face, an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and urban environments.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, natural wildlife. He still got his natural animal instincts. But like, that bird is so fast. You gotta understand, like, that bird is fast like Sonic. So it's hard for him to catch it.
But he does. No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the coyote
Bro,
and the
Bugs
Roadrunner.
was in there?
Bugs Bunny himself needed to take
I forgot about that.
supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wile. But almost as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wile's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos.
Yeah,
and
he's got a high IQ. I'll give him that. To come up with some strategies how to catch it.
Along with heavier artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10
Yeah.
billion volt electromagnet, and a friggin' trebuchet, a Reddit favorite, many of which he invented himself and uses in excruciatingly detailed schemes that inevitably go awry. Despite
It
being
goes
a self-described
horribly wrong.
Super genius, Wile has an officially measured IQ of 3. That's the same IQ.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
Wow,
the
are you
decisions
serious?
were fake, but he's still an idiot. So why not let a soulless corporation?
I mean, I know he could be in sometimes, but him to invent the gadgets and come up with trash that way?
Wile is their most
How-
devoted customer.
I'm surprised he would be dumb.
99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue. Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pop.
Oh yeah, he's dumb. Yeah, he's able to do that.
All in one place. He's got an Acme Book of Magic, Acme Clonomatic, Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box.
Yeah, I mean, like, how would he not be at least smart?
Pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
Too bad half the stuff Wile uses is intentionally sabotaged because Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners. My man cannot catch a break, but he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failures, Wile is still a toon and can bounce back from just about anything.
He's been sliced, stabbed, squashed, exploded, melted, blasted into a constellation, and overall verbed for the last 87 years straight without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into
Yeah.
and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar
saw
to the
that before.
immortal Coyote of Sewetmuk legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall tons of times. And
Of course he does with his sign.
Entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Yeah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological reason for these abilities. Loony DNA. Every toon's got it, not just the loony ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off the page, essentially dictating their personal slice of reality to whatever is funny.
Like how gravity only affects the Coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics as we know them.
That's
why
obvious.
Wile developed a counter to this immortality, the Loony DNA Dissolver, which leaves toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
It was Wile's experience as a veteran toon that landed him a job at Acme University as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks, teaching up-and-coming tiny toons how to use their abilities.
Okay,
Damn.
so Naruto.
And just like Naruto's jutsus, Toon Force works like an actual power system, with more experienced toons like Wile who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means Wile should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And my favorite was
Yeah.
the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe.
Yo, bro. Okay, that put him on a SpongeBob level right there.
Impressive for an abject failure at his life mission. He's helped stop a meteor
That's
from
crazy.
destroying Earth, beat the
Also,
Monstars
representing
in
Kennesaw,
basketball,
my brother got
or
accepted
even-
to Kennesaw
Oh,
College.
snap!
Shout out to
Fuck
him.
the Roadrunner! Oh, wait, never mind. So damn close.
According to 1977's Tweety and Sylvester issue 67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,776,842 times. Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
That takes dedication.
I mean, yeah, you're talking about massive seasons and
Too blinded by
like
bird
productions
dogs,
and
forest for the
attempts to capture this bird. Of course, I would expect that many fails.
Account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else, something grander, otherworldly, standing in the way of our furry friend's salvation.
Hey, yo, was that Marlon Murphy?
There's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this guy.
And by God, we mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner. Chuck Jones.
The guy that created him and helped forge the Looney Tunes into how we know him today.
Originally meant to be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry, Jones established several rules for their animated shorts that superseded Coyote's reality warping toon abilities.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat.
I mean,
Just
yeah,
While
but
other
still.
creatives have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God
Yeah.
nerfed Wile E. Coyote. In all our years making Death Battle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry fail son? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the swing and a miss superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes, that'll never be all, folks, for Wile E. Coyote. The year was 1939. War raged in Europe between the British Tommies and the German Jerrys. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous
That's
escape
right, that
from the
was in
German
history,
encirclement
was
off the
it?
coast
For the
of
Tommies
Dunkirk,
and Jerrys.
one might have called the battle a game of cat and mouse.
Oh wow, is that actually where their names come from? I'm looking this up.
Regardless of their names' origin, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the undisputed kings of slapstick comedy.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tom Cat
Yeah.
chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls. Violence ensues, and Tom's
I remember
overrated
that.
by Mammy Two Shoes.
And that too.
let's say very much from the 1940s.
And if you're like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with
I remember that too. How he got that super strength. That was my favorite episode.
House cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators. They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and
can also
despite
walk
being
like a normal
commonly perceived as
person.
Nocturnal, they're actually crepuscular and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British shorthair. They're strong, stocky Roman cats bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom, harsh conditions is an understatement.
Tom has collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his war against mousekind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like baseball bats, lead pipes,
And guns! Lots and lots of guns. But he's got wackier things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow, or the Rewind Remote, which can move your victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat car.
I saw that movie. That was crazy.
Of course, but just the cat part.
Tom's arsenal is heavily improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times, but
He
little
is.
known cat fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Oh, this was conducting some different research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell. We're all
I didn't even know that was a
Extremely hardcore
game like
cartoon,
that.
but there isn't much of a limit to what
Wow.
Tom can do. He can
That's
clone
crazy.
himself, levitate in the air, make his
Okay.
imagination real, and even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you only watch the classic.
Okay, so
40s,
Tom,
maybe
he's
in for a
got
shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the.
he's got some tricks. I will say this. I think Tom might come up with an ultimate strategy to wipe Coyote off the board completely. Maybe. I don't know. It's a possibility.
Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in 1800s England for young drunken rabble.
Hey, that's the movie where the guy did discombobulated.
Many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up
Okay,
the sun,
that was some
and was
DBZ
blown up
shit right
into
there.
a
We could all agree on
constellation.
that.
And he was just
That's
fine.
what we
Just
could all
a bunch
agree
of
on,
stars
bro.
now, but he's okay.
He taked an explosion that launched him through time to the Stone Age and has run through space at massively
Yeah,
faster
he
than light
has.
speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you
And they're
is that
still
At
alive.
the end of the day, they're actually friends.
And
They become
worked together
friends to
tons
work
of times
together,
to
yep.
save the day, like when they helped a little orphan girl, Robin Starling, find her way home. Oh, that's a nice end to their story.
Don't
is.
you believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase. Long ago, the warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Erlong Shen, battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness.
Oh,
This
Devil
mysterious,
Tom?
malevolent force threatened to consume the tree
Their
of
origin
life,
is crazy,
whose
bro.
branches encompass all of time and space. Banding together, these warriors used the star element to dispel the darkness and save the universe.
What the fuck?
Well, it may sound insane. It is. Chase
I
is a
mean,
Japanese mobile gacha game
I'm not even surprised. Are y'all even surprised at this point?
source material. However,
I'm not.
it is officially licensed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, which means we have to include it in our research.
So that the gods may grant us mere mortals some heavenly push.
No!
Friendly rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
I could watch him on repeat forever. Too bad he's still a filthy feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well then, you're
Really,
in
bro?
luck, because the Tom Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
Yep. Good old Tom and Jerry. A classic.
Guess what? Death Battle has merch now.
That's right, Boops.
Dude, y'all
You can
been
sign
have
up for
merch.
yourself
Come on
our
now.
brand new website, deathbattle.gg.
Just click the merch tab at the top. We've got mugs, stickers.
Okay,
shirts,
guys.
I'm partial to the official.
I can
research
kind
book.
of get where
I
this is
promise it's
going.
not a death note. See, it says so right on the cover.
Sure. There's also exclusive merch for website members. Like my
I
beard.
would skip
Which
it though,
beard
but
makes it
like,
cold.
I don't want
I
to miss
guess
the same thing. I'm
theoretically
pretty sure this won't be much longer, guys. I promise. Like, I think they're gonna be talking about it for like
Which won't be available
almost
for
one more
long.
minute at
Go
best,
grab it quick.
type
We'll
shit,
release it more
type
stuff
shit.
throughout the year, so check back for updates. Picking
Hmm.
up an item or two really helps support independent Death Battle, so we want to say a big thank you to everybody that's already placed an order.
Head over to deathbattle.gg and pick the piece of Death Battle swag that's right for you.
The combatants are
All right,
set.
combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Yep.
It's time for a Death Battle!
It's gonna come down to it. Maybe Tom. Maybe almost Wild Coyote. In the way. Oh yeah. Ha! He caught me by getting and whiffed that. Okay, no fight sounds, so they're just gonna go at it.
Come on, you apes! You want to live forever!
So Tom should actually have more IQ than Wild Coyote, since it says his IQ is 3, and Tom was able to make potions and stuff. So I would put him at a slightly higher IQ than him, but still, they got cartoon theory. So Wild Coyote might actually try to turn off Tom's like cartoonness to maybe have an advantage, but then Tom can probably jump off the screen to get to him. Damn. Ah, there goes his lives right there. Huh. Oh, so they both drunk it and both got tired. Let me guess, he's gonna be able to run. Nope. Yep, I knew it. Never mind. Yep. Ooh, damn! They even went outside the video for a second. Ha! Yep. He's about to use that. Oh no! Oh no. Huh.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
That's all, folks. That was incredible.
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean, No! Animal cruelty, no!
Considering coyotes eat cats, I'm not surprised.
While both Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful, they weren't literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first talk their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wile to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wile gets the edge in stats.
Wile's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating
Yeah, I mean, he came up with major giant weapons, like I said.
Everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wile is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired.
That's what I was almost thinking for a second.
Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place. Space Jam.
Where Wile yet again fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wile's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for, Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades. Even during Chuck Jones's
the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wile couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA Dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention. A direct violation.
That is true. That's right. Roadrunner never intervened, so
and especially when
Coyote had a chance.
That either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wile's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wile, whereas Wile's superior strength, speed, and looting arsenal ensured his victory.
Wile gave one hell of a chase and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
The winner is Wile Coyote.
Next time,
good match. That was a good match. What the hell? Oh my God, bro. That's a bit much. They both got an arsenal. But, let's see. If we're talking about Miles Morales, okay. He can shoot lightning. I mean, he can't really teleport, but he can disguise himself. But Deku got so many quirks, bro. Deku's gonna, one for all, kill that Spider-Man. I think that fight, I think I'm gonna give it to Deku. Miles Morales. Now we're talking about the OG Spider-Man. That's slightly different, but Spider-Man will come up with some stuff to take him, like to immobilize him. But I don't think Miles has that type of strength to kill him. So I believe Deku will win. So here we go. But they're gonna probably get this based off the game and bit of the movie. So there's that. Plus, my hero needs a win, so I'm just going to give it to Deku. So, in case y'all liked it, like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. And I'll see y'all into the next one. Peace out to all of my niggas. Yes, sir.